you wanted the best, you've got the best podcast. The hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Hi, folks. Chris Voss here from theChrisVossShow.com. Ladies and gentlemen, there things that makes official. Welcome to 16 years, 2,400 episodes of the Chris Voss Show. We're so damn old. My back hurts. I think the podcast back hurts. My mic is making creaking noises, so I probably need to see a chiropractor or something like that. Anyway, guys, go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, Facebook.com/Chris Voss, Chris Voss 1 on the TikTok, and all those crazy places on the interwebs in the sky. Opinions expressed by guests on the podcast are solely their own and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the host or the Chris Voss Show. Some guests of the show may buy advertising on the podcast, but it is not an endorsement or review of any kind. Today, an amazing young lady on the show. We're going to be talking about her books, her insights, and how to improve the quality of your life, because that's what we do here on this darn show. We try and improve the quality of people's lives, and if we don't, well, then hopefully we made your life worse. No, I'm just kidding. We don't want to have that kind of vibe going on. That's what the kids say, vibe, eh? I'm just learning this. Anyway, she's the author of the newest book called Deeper Days, 365 Yoga-spirations for Inner Calm Amidst Chaos, out November 14th, 2022. Andrea L. Wehlann joins us on the show. She's going to be talking to us about her insights and all that good stuff, and we're going to learn how to, get some peace from the chaos. It's 2025 as we're recording this. If you're watching 10 years from now from on YouTube like you do, don't write comments. And, there's a bit of chaos going on. A couple wars, a couple bombings, a couple bombs being dropped on other people. And that's just my dating life on Friday night. Andrea is a best-selling author, award-winning poet, and transformational guide. She is the visionary founder and CEO of Ganga-moon-yoga and Reiki School. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. I always get that wrong. Reiki School in Beamsville, Ontario, Canada. We love Canada. With a BA in psychology and diploma in social services. Andrea uniquely blends her extensive professional background with deep personal insight. She's certified, I'm going to get this wrong again, UC Reiki master and meditation teacher who also knows how to pronounce it, I'm sure, bringing a rich, holistic approach to her work. Welcome to the show, Andrea. How are you?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Am I pronouncing the UC Reiki? People are going to write me, so help me.
Usui, Mikao Usui. He's from Japan.
Oh, really?
Reiki. And you got the Reiki, right? Yeah.
Reiki, man. That's what my dad used to make me do when I was a kid, do the Reiki. But maybe this is something different. We'll find out. So give us your .coms. Where do you want people to look you up on the interwebs to get to know you better?
Yeah, you can find me at Ganga-moon-yoga on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Also, my author name, Andrea L. Wehlann, which is spelled a little bit funny for people. It's pronounced Wehlann like Jennings, but it's spelled Wehlann. You can find me there on Facebook, on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. I have a YouTube channel with some free videos and information, so you're welcome to find me there as well. And
you're based in Canada, but you work with clients, I think, all around the world there and coaching, and we'll get some of this in a bit, but I just figured I'd establish that. We love Canada. You guys have the best comedy you send to us from up there, and then you guys are always the decent people. I always tease my Canadian friends. I'm like, you guys are like the sane brother, and we're like the idiot brother that you have to live with, who's always starting wars and problems, and you're just like, when those idiots get nuked for the stupid shit they're up to, we have to die with them. For the love of God. You guys are like the Billy Bush or Billy Carter of fucking, we're the Billy Carter, you guys, but no, I'm a big Rush fan, and
right up the street from me, actually. Right up the street. Really? Wow. Yeah, just one block away. That's so cool.
Now, are you talking to the members of the band?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
Right.
I thought you knew that. That's why you said that. I'm like,
That's the reason we had you on the show. No, I'm just kidding.
right? I'll
No.
take it.
So I might come try
Thank
staying
you.
with you
Bye.
so I can stalk my favorite fans. And then people say I'm Ricky on Trailer Park Boys. Might be true, might be not. I'm not denying it. But yeah, so there might be some A and a Boots in the show today. So give us 30,000 overview. What's in your book, Deeper Days?
Deeper Days is my favorite book. It is how to stay calm amidst chaos. And it started because during the COVID lockdowns, my yoga studio that I own, Ganga-moon-yoga, was shut down, like many other businesses. But for me, I have an event that I've been doing since 2012. And on the beaches of St. Catharines around Lake Ontario, I live on the Great Lakes, Lake Ontario. So on the beaches pre-COVID, my yoga event on the summer solstice filled the entire beach. So I started at 11 people in 2012, and right now summer solstice yoga on the beach, like you could not see sand if you see some of the photos. It's quite incredible. Wow. So for me, I knew that everyone was still out there. For me, as a yoga teacher and a small studio owner, I knew that my students were out there. People weren't allowed to go out, but they were there. So how could I reach them? How could I touch their heart? For me, the biggest learning shift that I did was a daily practice, A Course in Miracles, learning how to transform every thought from fear into love. So for my yoga students, I took that practice that I was doing and all of my yoga wisdom from my teachers. I had 3 significant teachers, one for 8 years, classical yoga, Jivan Goyal from India, a Zen Buddhist teacher, and a Hatha yoga teacher.
I like classical yoga. They have good string section over there. Classical yoga.
Strings. Okay.
I'm doing a classical music joke.
Okay.
It wasn't that good anyway. It was really bad.
I thought it was a see-through yoga pant joke.
Sorry. Okay. No, that was in the that was there. But no, it was a classic music joke. But yeah, it wasn't that good of a joke. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Jokes allowed. So anyway, long story long, the consciousness of everybody has lifted. Yes, I went to Brazil and climbed mountaintops and went and sought teachers and all of these things. And that's really wonderful. But what I learned is you don't need to go anywhere anymore to learn these concepts. And so it's really easy. 365 yoga-spirations are in this book. What does that mean? It means it's one little paragraph of self-inquiry for each day. Just while you make your morning coffee, you can open the book and read one sentence that will transform your thoughts, get you thinking something different, see things in a different way related to my teacher's teachings. And at the end, there's a mantra. This one I opened up here is, we are always in motion, life is a dance. So anytime throughout the day, if you can bring your mind back to remember, we are always in motion, life is a dance, you are essentially staying connected from your head to your heart. And it's a yoga practice. It's called the art of concentration. It's yoga, but it's also Zen. It's been passed on through sages for all kinds of years, this art of concentration.
I always find my body's in motion right after coffee in the morning. Not sure what that's about, but yeah, bodies are always in motion. Yeah. It's kind of an inspirational thought where we're constantly going through the... let me ask you this. You talk about how, we're in a world of war and unrest and lions and tigers and bears and, all this stuff going on, economic, whatever, and infighting between nations and animals sleeping with each other.
That's not weird.
Why is it helpful to use yoga to try and... What are you doing with yoga to try and bring your mind away from this stuff, focus, how does that reground you? Or maybe I just answered the question there, but how does that help? Let's put it that way, I guess.
When you can so you have 4 energy centers in the body. You have your spiritual energies, you have your mental energies, your physical energies, your emotional energies. To yoga means to unite. So let's just blow open the doors of what yoga is. It's not the ladies on the cover of Yoga Journal in a big twisty posture. To yoga is to bring 2 of your emotional energies together. You unite them. This is yoga. So how do we do that? We focus attention on the breath. right? Because then you're connecting your two energies. When you do that, what's the point? It's just like putting energy in the socket. It's you, but you're functioning with more of your energies aligned, and it's so amazing. Then you're more in line with your creative part of yourself and less with the reactive part of yourself that just goes and goes and goes according to culture. When you open your email, when you check your phone, if someone cuts you off, like, it's beyond all of that. But there is a power and there is a force inside of you where you can come from your most creative place. And there's an inner intelligence that speaks to you in that place. It's called Vipassana in Zen. It's an insight practice, this is also called. But you can't hear your inner voice. You can't come from your creative place without a practice to get in. And
you know, I just took a breath when you said it, and I think I heard you breathe, and so I mirrored it. And yeah, I just, like, right away, I just feel a little calmer, a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more in focus, presence.
Chris Voss, nice yoga.
Nice yoga. And I didn't even do the downward dog either. So that's the only position I know. That's the only position I know about to make jokes on. I suppose I should have brought a whole mess of yoga terms for driving jokes today. You know, you bring up a good point. You know, we're so relentlessly driven by the headlines, by news. You know, news always, if it bleeds, it leads. You know, every news station is. We found out how candy, sugar, and breathing can kill you. News at 11. And you're like, what the hell? And then I got to wait till 11 to find out what the hell's going on. I don't want to die. I won't breathe until it. So, you know, we really do need this in a world where, you know, the world's kind of kicking our ass news-wise.
Here's the thing. You're moving through life anyway. So who's adding the meaning to your day?
My dog.
So just imagine that we were each adding our own meaning to our day and, like, getting where we want to be going. And then what books are being written, what songs are being sung, right? When we're functioning from our creative place, which is our nature, instead of just from this old cultural reactivity that's all around Facebook, Instagram, in the stores, buy this, get that. There's nothing on the outside. Everything that happens within you. But the thing is, just like when you bring a puppy home and you have to train the puppy. And so with Deeper Days, when you're bringing your attention back to that mantra during the day or reading that every morning, the little self-inquiry with your coffee, that's what you're doing. You're doing a bicep curl if you were at the gym. You're strengthening your mental muscles. When you can do that, you control the patterns of your mind. You can set the sail of your life in the direction that you want to go because you're moving anyway. We're all moving anyway. So you might as well set your sail because you're paying a price regardless.
Yeah, I like that. That's a great point. You know, I was feeling for a long time just relentlessly, you know, I wake up in the morning, first thing I got to do is check emails to see if anything's on fire, you know, text messages, and usually something's on fire from somebody. I didn't get this or I want that. And so you're like, oh, get this over to them, hurry. It's been sitting around for a couple hours because, you know, when you're international, people mail you, you know, in the middle of the night, and they're like, why aren't you answering? You're like, I could be sleeping. You know, I have to sleep sometimes, folks. But so I started doing this thing a couple of years ago, I think it was, or maybe it was last year, where in the summer, because there's snow on the ground the rest of the year, in the summer, I would wake up in the morning, I'll kind of check for the fires and I'll just give them a quick glance, but then I'll go make my coffee and I'll spend time with my puppies, my dogs, and then I'll go out and sit in the sun with my shirt off and restart my circadian rhythm process. And we had a lot of people on the show that taught me about circadian rhythms. And then, of course, the vitamin D absorption. And I'll read like just random stuff out of Meditations by Marcus Aurelius that's right here, or other Stoics. And I just kind of randomly pick something. I just open the book and read what's there. And I maybe do some highlighting with the yellow marker. And I found that really, and then by the time I'm do all that for about 15, 20 minutes, I'm pretty calm, relaxed. I'm connected with my family, my dogs. I'm connected with my environment. You know, I've been out there in the world and maybe taking some pictures of me and the dogs and, you know, marking time. And then when I come in and sit down on my computer, I just feel so much more present. I feel emboldened. I feel like I'm kind of in the power chair of my life. I feel like Captain Kirk on the, you know, on the starship, power ahead or whatever. But it really changed my perspective and my approach to my day.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful. And it changes your life, essentially.
Yeah.
It's not time. It's not time that's passing. It's your life. And so the only difference from what you're doing, because that's what I love to do too. I love Marcus Aurelius. I love everything Stoic. So the only difference here between this and Deeper Days is you're getting that self-inquiry. So you have that different thinking patterns, right? So then it's more of you. So you can feel yourself. So what we're doing here when we remember the mantra during the day is just watering the seeds. Every time you can bring it back. So if you're in traffic and you can remember that mantra, like love is honesty. If you can keep remembering that, you're stacking moments on top of each other. So you have like one moment you remembered, then another moment, then another moment. But that's peace. It's longer spaces of that peace that you have. And that's where you can build a meditation practice, a yoga practice, things like that. So every time you bring attention back, you're strengthening, you're watering the seeds that are already within you of focus, awareness, and concentration. Without concentration, you really can't hold anything. It's like a container. What can you put in your container if you're not concentrating, not focused? It just kind of goes. Yeah.
Very cool. And so you talk about in the book, it's not really about the positions. We've been doing some jokes on downward facing dogs and pigeon poses here. Oh, that's where is that where they hold their leg up and they go like this? Or am I thinking of the karate movie?
Oh, yeah. So you're thinking of the karate movie, but you bring your knee up towards your wrist and lower down for the pigeon, and it's a deep hip stretch. It's really good. Okay.
But you get into the mental and the spiritual practices of it, including meditation. And that's kind of always what I've assumed yoga is kind of sort of a meditative process, but you're also stretching your body, maybe releasing traumas or, things maybe you have connected to your system.
So let me tell you what I learned about that. Yeah, I thought it was just the poses. So the yoga comes from half the world is monks in monasteries right now, sitting quietly. And what happened, they would sit, because I did meditation 5 years first, meditation training first, then Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So when I blended those two, I went to New York City to my first yoga class. That's when I fell in love with it in 1999. But what I learned was that the monks would sit and they wanted to sit longer. They wanted to sit quiet and longer, but their hips would be sore. This is why the stretches started to happen. They would stretch out. And then what would happen? They stretched so they could sit longer and quiet their mind. There are 293 yoga sutras. It's like the whole crux of yoga is based on these sutras from Patanjali from India. He's an old sage. And two of them are about the postures. Only two. Yoga is not the postures. Yeah, when it came over here to our side of the world, that's what it started to become, and the yoga pants and all that. But it is really a mental game.
Yeah, I'm wearing yoga pants now. The mental game. I'm going to the gym later.
You can't just drop that and then not show us.
I'm not sure I'm legally allowed to wear yoga pants at the gym, let's put it that way, or anywhere else, or those biking shorts like Armstrong wear. Anyway, that's just what the judge tells me. What else have we talked about that's in the book that you talk about? You talk about the 8 limbs of yoga and a few different things. Give us more stuff on that.
Yeah. So the whole crux of the yogic path is there's 8 limbs. Some people are like, I can't do yoga, but it's a whole practice, and it's really changed my life, and that's what I follow. It gave me ethics. There's no yoga without ethics. There are the yamas. It's the first thing, and it's 5 observances of just how to live. Like, some people don't even know how to have ethics and values, but the yogic path gives you 5, and it's really the crux, and they changed my life, and they gave me something, and I really did transform my life with this path. So it's ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, and aparigraha. The non-harming, honesty, not stealing, wise use of sexual energy, and being generous. That's the base. Then there's niyamas. That's a second, and it's like the outside observances. Different kinds of things, like what's our positive duties, what do we notice about ourselves, things like that. The asana is the yoga poses. Pranayama is the breathing. And you've heard of yoga and how you breathe and alternate nostril breathing. Yeah. If
like
you
that.
stop breathing, you will die.
That's not good. Last time I checked.
So then the next part of the 8 limbs is pratyahara. It goes inside the body now. So we use like the ethics and the yoga, but then we go inside. So there's pratyahara, meditation. This art of concentration that Deeper Days book is based on is there, dhyana, and samadhi, which is the state of bliss, like state of enlightenment. And so it's not like a line, but sometimes they happen in different order and they flux and they grow. It's like music. Yoga's like music. It never really ends. It always keeps going. It's like what?
Music that keeps
it's
playing.
The path of the heart, really.
The path of the heart.
It is. It is.
Yeah. So people need this in their lives. How hard is it to take up yoga? Is there like a learning curve for people of us who have no idea, never done it before? Do you need to? How hard is it to learn this thing?
It's like anything. It can be annoying. It can be, it can be discouraging, and then you could get the wrong teacher. So just like picking up a bad book, right? The whole thing is to keep going and to find the teacher that you resonate with. I find that most people be like, I went to yoga once, I was sore, I pulled something, never going back. No, go back, keep going, find the right teacher. Yeah. It's so helpful, so beneficial. I help people all the time. It's so amazing.
And plus, they can buy your book. Now, you have several books, I believe. You want to get a plug out for those other books too as well? Sure.
My first book I put out in 2021 was No Matter How Dark the Stain. It is Poems and Inspiration for the Woman in Pain. It's basically all of the dark things that happen in our life. It's given words. We are not what happened to us. We're what we do with it. And that's a really important concept, because then when you're trying to do yoga practice and be quiet, if you haven't dealt with the negative things and the darknesses of your life, they will creep up on you. But it's a psychology. They have to have a spot to go into, or they're going to keep bugging you. And so it's really important to do that work. So where there's light, there can be no darkness. So reading the poems from the book can really shed light and give words to some of the things that have happened to people, because I've been through everything. So I know.
You've been through everything. That's a lot to go through, kid. I need to be your therapist. Of course, he's probably buying a yacht somewhere. So.
Okay, so Deeper Days came out, and this is what I'm saying. Once you clean up the darkness in your life and you want to start to become somebody, you need a practice. You need to get through the cages of the mind and have a way into your soul, into your heart. And Deeper Days, we talked about, you can cultivate some peace and experience that and become a better version of yourself, a more creative version. And then what happened and what I found was there's a deep sense of stillness. And this book is Stillness in the Storm, Conscious Daily Journal of Yoga and Spiritual Healing. And so there's some pages where you can write, because writing things out on paper, there's an actual force, and that could be a whole other show about journaling and getting things out. But if the world shuts down again, it's also 8 yoga classes. Again, the 8 limbs comes up as a theme. And you could just read it to a friend, and it would be like me teaching my classes. So I love that book. It became #1, like Deeper Days, in the category of yoga. They both became bestsellers in yoga, so I'm truly grateful.
That's awesome. So you're striking a nerve with the old people that read your books and enjoying your books and all that good stuff. Tell us about some of the services you offer. Now, I think you do some consulting, coaching. Maybe people can see if they resonate with you as a yoga teacher.
No, that would be so amazing. So I really do sessions where you raise your vibration. We kind of do a release, let some garbage out, and replace it with new things, and lift your vibration so you can function at your higher self, experience some inner peace that maybe you haven't felt for a long time. People can find me just at my email, Ganga-moon-yoga@gmail.com. I do a one-on-one transformation session. It's an hour long, and you kind of leave with an action plan, some things you can do, just simple, easy. I like to break things down. I like to talk to the toddler, but what
does that mean? Talk to the toddler.
Like when I'm teaching yoga, I'm not saying Virabhadasana 1, 2, 3. People aren't going to understand that. So you have to use a language that's really simple because we make our lives complicated enough.
So what is it, like goo goo gaga or what? What's going on there?
Okay. Not like that's baby.
Well, you said you want to talk to the children or whatever. I've lost
You always talk to the toddler. Yeah, you always
talk to the toddler.
Talk to the basic. Yeah, you keep things simple. You say things basically so everyone can catch on.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
So I do that. I teach weekly classes. I teach workshops. I do speaking anywhere. And you know what I love is going into workplaces and sitting at the head of the table when it's all like executives in suits and they're on lunch or something. And I do a little yoga and watch them just calm down in their chair. Their whole body goes at ease. It's really beautiful.
It's so funny how we forget to breathe. Like, I mean, take a real breath.
Totally.
Like we're
but
taking
we've never been
breath.
taught. Yeah, we've never been taught. Like, we should know these things in grade 4, that there's destiny inside of us, that we can control our mind, that our mind is a liar. We need to know these things, right?
My mind lies to me? No way. Are you sure?
Yes. Yeah, positive. I have a T-shirt. I should send you one.
What does the T-shirt say? My
mind is a liar.
Oh, wow. That's quite an accusation you're firing off there, eh?
It's
why
true.
does our mind lie to us? Maybe we should flesh that out.
It's a trickster. It's a tricky little. I'm watching my language. It's the tricky little trickster. It is always trying to steal your peace. Always. So if you're laying down in a yoga pose like Shavasana and you're like one arm is touching the floor and the floor is cold, the whole time you're laying there, it'll be like, oh, the floor is cold. This is cold, like back in grade 5 when we had to walk to school and like blah, blah, blah. It's just a little peace hijacker.
This is why I got this is why I'm getting a frontal lobotomy, so I don't have to deal with that anymore.
No, just get deeper days so you can control it.
Yeah, I'll read your book. That's cheaper than a lobotomy.
Yeah, and it's not, you don't have to read it every day. You just set it up where your coffee is. And then the self-inquiry, just like what you're doing with Marcus Aurelius, like you'll see some of his stuff in the book too. So you'll just read the self-inquiry and then try that practice. Just do the practice, not try, but do that practice of connecting, bringing your attention back onto the mantra throughout the day. That's what keeps you connected from your head to your heart all day long. That's what builds those moments of concentration, increases focus and awareness. But then who would you be if that space in you was bigger? What would you do with that new space in your body?
I don't know.
Like, shouldn't we know these things? We should know.
I don't know. I just eat another Big Mac or something. That's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, but, or you'd like the world a little bit more.
I mean, I've seen people, and the more I see people, the more I like dogs. So I got that going for me.
Right.
So how can people on board with you reach out? How do they find out if they're a fit with you? You know, you want to work with them, they want to work with you, all that good stuff.
Yeah, just call me. I teach Reiki trainings. I certify people to be a Usui Reiki master or just level 1 or 2. I teach private yoga teacher training where I'll just teach you everything that I ever learned. There's just a little form that you fill out for that. Just email me, Ganga-moon-yoga@gmail.com. Ganga, not ganja, but Ganga-moon-yoga@gmail.com, or find me on social media and send me a message. I mean, it's 2025. We're all connected. But we're not separate.
So will yoga help me with Canadian issues that Canadian keeps bringing to America? Can it help resolve the chaos that, trying to listen to Nickelback, Drake, Justin Bieber, Celine Dion bring?
Should I answer that?
No, I'm just having fun with it. It's just
okay. Because I had something funny to say too.
Go ahead. If you have something funny, hit it. Go for it. I just didn't want to get in trouble with the Canadian government, eh?
Well, I think I already am because I speak about peace and love and try and have my yoga studio open before the strip joints, but that didn't happen. But anyway, if we could have your American chocolate bars here, that would be great.
Do we not import our American chocolate bars over there?
No, there is no Heath bar here.
Really?
No.
The Heath bar is really good. That's one of my favorites, actually.
And the almond joy.
Is it because we have that high fructose corn syrup and sucralose and just about any goddamn thing we can put in to make it sweeter? Is that why? I mean, you don't want to end up looking like us. I mean, have you seen us lately? We're all like 400 fucking pounds from those chocolate things. So.
Yeah, I think our diet's kind of meshed over the years.
Oh, that's it. we've
except we
exported
don't have your
diet to you
chocolate
guys.
bars.
I'm sorry.
And we don't have some of your healthy options here, like your
You know what
your
you should
pasta,
do, though?
veggies. What?
If you want really good chocolate bars, at least I'm no professional here, but get Tim Tams from Australia.
Those little crispy things?
Yeah, you ever had them?
Oh, yeah, those are good.
They're really good. I don't know what they put in, probably koala meat or something. I don't know, but they're really good, and I don't care if they do.
Yeah, I'm not reading the ingredient list on that, but
yeah, you never will. It's Australia, man. Everything there is designed to kill you. Like even the koalas have chlamydia. Like what the fuck? Yeah, they have like a huge problem. You can't even hold them anymore, evidently.
Can we put a photo up that
of the? Yeah, I don't think we. I don't think YouTube will allow us to do that. But no, man, if you guys could just get your Nickelback problem under control and maybe take Justin Bieber back, I think we'll be fine.
Take Justin Bieber back.
Please take him back. For the love of God, I'm so tired of looking at that fucking kid. I don't even know what music he's. You could take Drake back too. He seems annoying. I don't know why, but I just figured I'd pick on him. I'm sure he's a nice, wonderful man if he goes back to Canada. I mean, how is anyone a rapper that has street cred that comes from Canada? You guys are like White Street Central up there. Like, there's no hood in Canada, is there? I don't know. Maybe there is.
I think in every town there's a hood. Yeah, there's an east side, west side, but there's no gangs and stuff like that.
The only gangs I think of are like Bob and Doug McKenzie type people running around. So,
what about Alanis Morissette and Sarah McLachlan? Are you keeping them or?
I try to avoid anything to do with listening to their music. I don't. I'm going to lose all my Alanis Morris, all 5 of them listeners.
You already have that one ethic down.
We do like Bryan Adams, though.
There we go. Yeah.
Neil Young. We love Neil Young. And then you can have Michael Bublé back, but I'm sure the ladies will. Michael Bublé?
Just kidding.
Yeah, you're just kidding. Okay. Shania Twain used to be really hot. You can have her back then. Gordon Lightfoot. Oh, wow, that's really old. Joni Mitchell. I didn't know Joni Mitchell came from Canada. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The rhyme of what was that song about the ship that sunk? Boy, once you hear it, you can't get it in your head. We probably should just not say it.
From Lightfoot?
Yeah, didn't Gordon Lightfoot, he had that song about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald? Wasn't that his? And the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Yep, that was it, 1976. Wow. I just dated myself. So.
Okay, you made me look younger, so thank you.
Well, you do look younger, so good for you. But, I've been doing this podcast 16 years. I put about 50 fucking... I look like one of those presidents that enters office and comes out the other side looking like he got hit by a bus. But I was born that way, according to my mom, so...
Here's what I have to say to that. Here's what I say. I used to be eye candy, and now I'm soul food. So maybe you can adopt that.
I'm going to put that on my Tinder profile.
Yeah. I used to be eye candy, and now I'm soul food.
There you go.
Because I think, like with you as well, with what you're doing and all these spiritual concepts and things you're practicing, your insides and your thoughts are very pretty to be able to do the show and to have the humor that you have. And for me, I used to hate myself for a long time.
Really?
And I love that every thought I have now is peaceful or poetic. And yeah, my insides have never been prettier. The outside, it's melted, but hey, it's okay.
Wait, didn't that happen to the witch? That sounds like a bad version to suggest you're melted. That happened to the witch in Wizard of Oz. You should probably just say melt.
It's the great melt of midlife. You don't get it. You have testosterone.
I had to get that shit refilled. I have to go every week to get that stuff refilled too. My
an option.
Got low there in the tank a couple years ago, so I have to go have it refilled every week. And although I give him shit whenever I walk into the testosterone clinic, I walk in, they go, hey, what are you here for? I go, I'm here to donate my testosterone and then everyone in the room looks at me like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I got so much, just give it all. And then when I leave, they usually all say, thank you. And it's so funny, but for a second, they're like, wait, you're putting this guy's shit in me? What the fuck? Anyway.
Yeah. That's so funny.
But I'm glad. We need more books like this. We need more peace. We need more meditation. We need more calmness. We need all to get along. And so that would be really good, especially when we're trying to declare war.
Yeah, we need to heal. Yeah, we need to stop being quiet about things that hurt us. We need to find the words for them so we can move on and be who we're supposed to be. We all have greatness inside of us. We all have destiny inside of us. There's a kingdom of peace, love, kindness, and compassion in everybody. So that's the world I want to live in, the books I want to read. So hopefully I read the world.
I need yoga and meditation because I keep coming across stupid people that have stupid people inside them. So that's my problem, why I need help. So
your
I might be one of them.
Great. Your practice is great. Like what you do already. Yeah, you could add the deeper days and just lengthen it throughout your day and see what happens.
You know, it'd be funny. You should start a podcast about breathing and yoga, but then you don't really talk on it or interview anybody. You just do breathing. Wait, isn't that AMFSFR or something like that? My nephew likes that crap, where they breathe in the mic and shit. It just makes you want to punch people in the face because.
But would anyone come? I don't know.
I think that's kind of the point of the AMFMR. I'm not going to explain that joke. So there you go. It's a weird Gen Z fetish, I guess. Anyway, anytime I see it, I just want to punch. I just want to beat whoever is to death. But I have issues clearly. So. And then the voices in my head usually aren't about peace and meditation. They're more like kill, kill, kill. And so that's why the judge says I have to wear the ankle bracelets. Anyway, there's more than one, folks. That's the great joke about that one. I'm always proud of that one. Anyway, guys, thank you very much, Andrea, for coming on the show all the way from Canada, from the Great White North, as they like to call it, hockey's Central. Thanks for coming down from the old Canada there. Give us your .coms. Where do you want people to find you on the interwebs?
Yeah, I think you were working on the website, Ganga-moon-yoga. It's a Square website, so Ganga-moon-yoga.square.site. Ganga-moon-yoga on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Andrea L. Wehlann. My author name, my books are at Barnes & Noble across the States, Indigo across Canada. All things are on Amazon. I'm on Goodreads. My upcoming events and book signings are on Eventbrite. Okay. Just kind of anywhere. Even if you punch in Beamsville yoga teacher, you'll probably find me. But please find me because I want to hear from you. I have a lot to share and a lot of ways that you can show your greatness through any kind of shit. So.
Do you have anything that can unmelt me?
You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job.
I still need some unmelting though. I could use. I mean, maybe that's what I should. They should put me back in a freezer. I suppose they eventually will, if life gets its way. Well, thank you very much, Andrea, for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Be the resistance.
Yeah. No, that's why we keep breathing. See, that's the key. That breathing part, eh? Yeah. You wake up and you're like, I'm still here. Damn it. And you're like, I guess I'll make it work. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, Chris Voss 1 and the TikTokity, and all those crazy places on the internet. Order up Andrea's book called Deeper Days, 365 Yoga-spirations for Inner Calm Amidst the Chaos. Boy, do we need it in 2025. Thanks for tuning in. Be good to each other. Stay safe. We'll see you guys next time. And that should have us out. Great.